Hello everybody, you can call me Hunch, and sorry for not making a lot of videos recently. I'm busy, I'm grinding, I'm trying to make a lot of money and buy a lot of crypto, specifically Bitcoin. But I'm going to give you an update on Bitcoin stacks, the state of the market, what I think, etc., etc. Let's dive on in. Okay, first of all, I know you're a psychopath. I'm a psychopath, you're a psychopath. And apparently a study shows that if you like Bitcoin, you're a psychopath. First of all, don't take this serious. I don't think you're a psychopath. Actually, I think Bitcoiners care and see the bigger picture about caring for the individual more than anyone, right? I mean, this is obviously a bias study. There's no way they compared people who use Bitcoin, Ethereum, USD, Russian rubles. I mean, this is the worst type of science I've ever seen. And I have a doctorate degree, okay? Anyway, let's dive on into the charts. Clearly, you could see we're in a channel here. I tweeted the other day that if it falls out of this channel, I'm out. I'm never really out. I love Bitcoin, right? I've been dabbling in more altcoins, but I'll always have Bitcoin to some extent. So this channel, it's obviously in this channel, right? I mean, it could bounce around here for God knows how long. But if it breaks this upward sloping trajectory, and every crypto expert or trader is going to talk about this, right? Where do they think it's going, right? If it breaks down, it's so easy. Like, this is where they say it's going to go. I mean, these people don't have special skills, right? Anybody can do this type of thing, right? I'm just drawing lines where, here, let me move my my screen up here. I'm just drawing lines where the next line is, like clearly where the next line of support is, right? So if we break out of this channel, it is possible that we go down here. Everyone will tell you that. Okay, let's go to stacks. Stacks. There's nothing really clear that I see here, except, I mean, this could be bad, right? A head and shoulders, sort of. I don't think that's what it is. I think the market just got crushed. I think stacks is fine, and I'll tell you why I like stacks, right? This marketplace for stacks is baller, okay? It's Tinian, Tinian. I can't ever say it, but basically they got sweet NFTs. Go through them, right? And why do I support stacks when it's not directly on chain? And it's because doing all this research, I found out that it does increase the demand of the block space, right? Which kind of makes the success of Bitcoin, it like kind of keeps it going and is directly correlated with the success of Bitcoin, right? Because miners make money through fees and they make money through mining Bitcoin, right? So this is directly associated with that, or correlated, whatever word you want to use. So I don't have a problem with stacks. I love stacks. I'm an early investor. It may work out bad, right? With anything small and speculative, there's a lot of high risk, right? Non-financial advice, etc. Okay, now why do I think, how is this related to the market and stuff, right? So I think the block space for Bitcoin is going to go absolutely nuts, right? So just do your research, right? I'll go into this first. Stablecoins are the perfect Trojan horse for Bitcoin, right? So Tether, not a lot of you know, Tether is the biggest stablecoin, or the second biggest. I'm not sure with USDC. I think it's Tether still, right? And they used Bitcoin to start, right? And I'm sure they're on other chains now, right? Tron, etc. But the creators of Tether and the people who work on Tether are big Bitcoin fans, from what I've read from their Twitter, etc. Right? And this country in Switzerland is going to use Tether, right, as a native currency, their own currency, and it's going to utilize Bitcoin, I believe. So this is kind of what Jack Mallers was talking about at the Bitcoin conference, right? You can use any currency you want on top of the Lightning Network, and it's going to settle on Bitcoin, right? And why Bitcoin over Ethereum? And I'm going to tell you why, and I go over this every time. It's simplicity, right? If you think about the base layer, right, you want as simple as possible, right? So you can't hack it. There's no wormholes you can get through, right? With Ethereum, it's so complex. They're having trouble migrating to ETH 2.0. I mean, there's so many things, and then there's hacks, there's exploits, right? There's so many things that lead you to the conclusion that having a simple base layer is key, right? And what's the point of having smart contracts on the base layer, right? Unless ETH becomes the money of the internet, for example, right? Because if these stable coins are moving on it, right, USDC is programmable, right? And you don't need Ethereum to do that, right? You could put it on Lightning, you could program Lightning, you could program USDC, and you never have to touch the smart contract capability of Ethereum. There's no point to that. That will not be the settlement layer. And that's the conclusion I've made. Remember, I've drawn a graph many times. The more complex the base layer, the less security, the less decentralization. This is the conclusion that these computer scientists have come to, right? Now, I may be being lied to, but that's the conclusion I'm having, right? Now, Bitcoin, the fundamentals are growing every day, right? So ZBD is a gaming company that focuses on Lightning. You can download their app, right? I downloaded it on Mozilla, right? And right, so you can put this. Oh man, you can't see it. I gotta keep moving my camera. So you can put this QR code from ZBD directly on your streams. If you're a streamer, you can integrate it into any of your games, basically instantly convert to your own currency in your own country. You can stream everywhere. There's no basically loss, right, from PayPal, converting currencies, etc. It all uses the Lightning Network, and this is going to spread like wildfire. It's so obvious if you've ever sent money over PayPal to a foreign streamer, right? And then you've had to pay PayPal like $4 just to convert it to that currency, right? So just to dive back in, I'm bullish on Bitcoin, you psychopath. The chart looks okay. I'm still buying. Stacks may look a little more bearish, right? I'm not seeing anything that picking up. But if Bitcoin goes, Stacks is going to go, I think. And I think the fundamentals for both of these are improving. And I think it's because they're using each other, right? Anything to increase the fee structure at the base layer and to keep it solidified as a decentralized, simple layer, right, is a good thing. And the people who create Tether agree, right? These stablecoins will make Bitcoin the bank in cyberspace. It's coming up in apps like ZBD and games, and it will be the gaming currency of the world, right? I'm not saying there won't be other gaming currencies, right? But they had this one, for example, chain games, right? Maybe we can go up here and type it in. Chain games. I don't even know if it's listed anymore, right? Chain. Maybe it's just chain. Chain games. Okay, now let's look at it. Okay, this is disgusting, right? This is what happens when you create something that the market does not need, right? And I've done things like this and I said, well, it's going to pop. And that's because it still has utility. You don't need a chain games currency. You could use Lightning. You can use USD. You can program USDC. You can program Tether. You don't need to do it at the base layer. And if you do, you would just use ETH. This is completely pointless. Anyway, you can call me Hunch. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. Let's get it.